So what's your name again? Miriam. Okay. The only student I got last week is not here. That will make me go all backward. Huh? Yeah, Chima is not here. And assuming he's here, you just go through his notes. And okay. All right. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lecture. Now, we're going to be looking at. Should I go back, Mr. Mojit? Because of the online students, I think they participated in the continuing like that. Okay. All right. So now we're talking about phrases. I'm going to take a recap. All right. I'm going to take a recap. All right. Now, now we said that a phrase. All right. Said that a phrase is a word or a group of words. A phrase is a word or a group of words. Okay. Which forms a part of a clause or a sentence. All right. So I'd like you to write this down. Okay. It forms a part of a clause or a sentence. Now that simply means that a phrase, that's another word, a phrase doesn't express a complete thought, or information. A phrase doesn't express a complete thought or information. So phrases project idea. Phrases project ideas. Okay. So I want you to, once you're done writing, please pen down. Let me explain this to you. Are we good, class? Now let's pay attention to this. I said that a phrase can be a word. Are you with me? And then it can also be a group of words. Do you understand? Meaning that a single word can be a phrase, and then a group of words can equally be a phrase. Are you with me? And then I said that the major function that a phrase does is it forms just a part of a clause or a part of a sentence. In other words, that means that a phrase is not comprehensive. All right? A phrase is never comprehensive. It just forms a part of a clause, all right, or a part of a sentence. Are you with me? And now let's proceed. I said a phrase doesn't express a complete thought or information. A phrase will not give you a complete information. Are you getting the point? It doesn't give you a complete information. A phrase only gives you idea. When you say in the front, at the back, on the roof, the marker, Those are just phrases, you know, they are basically phrases. They don't give you, for example, someone can still ask, oh, what is on the roof? Okay. What happens to the marker? Do you understand? Someone can still ask further questions like that, especially if the person needs clarification. Do you understand? So that's why I said phrases project ideas. They just, phrases will basically intimate you to what is being talked about. It doesn't give you the full information. All right. Now, another definition that you can use, another definition, another definition, a phrase refers to a group of words without a finite verb. So, if we're to give another definition completely, we can say that a phrase is a group of words without a finite verb. Okay, can you see? So, another definition, a phrase refers to a group of words without a finite verb. Now, the concentration here is on the finite verb, right? Now, what do we refer to as finite verb? So here we have that a finite verb, a finite verb is a verb, is a verb that changes according to according to any form of grammatical change. According to any form of grammatical change, okay, in number, person, or a number, person, or tense. So a finite verb is a verb that changes according to any form of grammatical change, all right, that would happen in number, person, or tense. Are we good, class? So that means if there's a change in number from singular to plural, what happens? The verb would also change, yes or no? In English, number refers to whether the word is singular or plural. Are you with me? And then in English, persons refers to the first person, second person, and third person. Usually, the first person is the speaker, just as I'm talking now, I'm the first person. And then the second person is the listener, all right? The receiver of the message. You are the listener, you're paying attention to me, all right? What's the third person? That thing to which we're making reference to, yes or no? Or that thing to which we're talking about. Now, what are we talking about? Phrases. And that's the third person, yes or no? Tenses. Now, the verb would also change according to tense. Tense we here we refer to is the present, the past, and the future. These are the three most common. The major tenses we have are usually present, all right, past, and future. Other ones are just coming underneath. Okay. Yeah, before you entered, I mentioned it that you were actually the only person that was in class, and they do not really have an idea about this. Do you understand? And let me see if there's a way I can probably give maybe 5 minutes while you go through his notes. Do you understand? And then ask me some questions. You understand? While I explain, so that it doesn't really look like I'm taking him back. What do you think? Yeah. So you can let me give you the next 5 minutes. This is 4:41. All right. 4:46 should be okay. So just give it to them, and you can place it so that, or you know what, Dami, just snap your own, snap it while she's looking at the book. You can just snap so that you can have it on your phone anytime you you want to copy it, you can just copy it. Do you have a phone to Miriam? And you can snap it too while you're looking at it. So that when you're at home, you can relax and copy it. Yeah, I think that would be better too. When you're free at home, you can copy it. But you can still go through it now. Then when you're much relaxed at home, just copy it. Okay. Then quickly go through it for the next 5 minutes. So by 4:46 or 4:47 roughly, you should be ready to go through that. Be ready. Yeah, so just snap it. And then while you're going through it, if there's any question, you can ask me. If there's any question, maybe any part that you do not understand, you can ask me. Have you reviewed it yourself? Okay, because I was thinking she could, since she has snapped it, she can give it to you back while you go through it too. But since you've gone through it already, there's no problem. What of this other boy? I think he's writing an exam, right? Shiniloria. Tell me you're the one we're waiting for. So, Miriam, any question for me? Kima, any question for me? Tell any question for me? Okay. All right. So, you were able to discover how to form noun phrases, how to form phrases generally. You were able to discover that. Of course, the first aspect I talked about how you can use article and a noun to form noun phrases. All right. Both the definite and indefinite article. All right. And then we looked at which other one? Demonstrative plus a noun, right? To form a noun. Yes. Then possessive with a noun. Yes. Petitive with a noun to form a noun phrase. Which other one? Okay. Okay. All right. Now let's look at functions of noun phrases. Okay. Let's look at functions of noun phrases. Functions of noun phrases. Have I explained noun phrase as a whole? Um, Chima, noun phrase, I've explained it as a whole. All right, so let's move to functions of noun phrases. Remember that I said that a noun phrase is a group of words which performs the function of a noun, right? That means the same function that a noun performs at the level of part of speech, noun phrases would also perform the same function. Do you understand? Ordinarily, you know, let me write out these are the functions. So these are the functions, these are the functions of noun phrases. These are the functions of noun phrases. Number one, a noun phrase will function as the subject, as the subject of a verb. Okay? And then noun phrase will also function as the object of a verb. Then third, as subject complement, as subject complement. And then four, as object complement. And then five, as as prepositional, as prepositional complement, as prepositional complement. Then six, as an appositive or apposition, position to a noun. So these are the basic six functions that now would a noun phrase will perform. All right. So we're going to take them one after another. Why didn't we use this complement? Why do we have to use PLE, not PLI? It's meant to be PLI. How? I think the first thing is what is PLI? What's the meaning of COMPLIMENT? And Miriam, you're saying something now. Say it louder, let's know. To to praise, yes, to render a praise, to render a compliment, appraisal, you know. That's when you say compliments of the season. All right, that's a greeting. Is that? Hmm? Yeah, that one is this compliments of the season. That's greeting. So this compliment, all right, without the S, it means something different from this. Now, this though means to make something complete, to make a whole. For example, a man compliments a woman. I hope you understand. Meaning a man makes a woman complete. Do you understand? To make a whole. Or a woman compliments a man. This a woman makes a man complete. All right. That's compliment. Compliment is something or someone that makes another person complete or whole. So know the difference when you're to use them. I actually have had to bring both of them out just to show you, for you to know the difference. Know how to use this and how to also use this. They are quite different. All right. During December period, people misuse the two, but now you know the difference. In grammar terms, we mostly use complements. All right. And there are usually two types of complements. We have subject complements, we have object complements. Subject complements, object complements. Are we good, class? So these are the six functions. You need to remember all these six functions, either at Waec level or at UTME level. You must know all these six functions. A noun will function as the subject of a verb, as the object of a verb, as subject complement, as object complement, as prepositional complement, or as an appositive or as an apposition to a noun. A noun phrase can even function as a subject of the sentence. All right. Are we good to go, class? So I hope you're writing them down. Let's take the first one as the subject of a verb. So what does that simply mean? It means that the noun phrase, the noun phrase, all right, will occupy the subject position. It means that the noun phrase will occupy the subject position. The noun phrase will occupy the subject position occurring before the verb in a sentence. Therefore, therefore, the noun phrase will function as the subject. So what you usually have is SV, all right, subject and verb. Or usually the subject must be a noun phrase. Are we good? The structure will always begin with subject and verb, okay? But the subject must be a noun phrase. Remember, we said that as the subject of a verb, what it means is that the noun phrase will occupy the subject position, right? It will occupy the subject. You know the subject position. That's towards your left hand side. Am I correct? And then next one said occurring before the verb, right? In a sentence. Therefore, comma, the noun phrase will function as the subject So let's have example in sentence. Let's take example in sentence. Example in sentence. So A, which is the first one. The beautiful young lady attended an interview. Attended an interview. This is a sentence. All right. The beautiful young lady attended an interview. This is a sentence. And from this sentence, we're trying to identify the what? We're trying to identify the what? Who can tell me? What are we trying to identify? No. What are we trying to identify from this sentence? Noun phrase. Secondly, how the noun phrase will function as a subject of a verb, yes or no? That's also what we're trying to identify. Two things. Okay. The first thing to do is what? We're meant to identify the noun phrase. Okay. Once you've been able to do that, what's the next thing? The function, right? That is how the noun phrase functions as what? As a subject of a verb. That's what we're looking at. Shall we? Now, you know how to form a noun phrase, right? How to form a noun phrase. So let's go. If I say this is a noun phrase, am I correct? Tell me, Dami. He said yes, sir. So explain to me. The beautiful young lady, is that a noun phrase? Is it no, you're going to the function. You know, the first thing that we're meant to identify is the noun phrase. That's the first thing to do. Once we're done with that, the next thing is to identify the function, yes or no. So my question is the underlying part here, the beautiful young girl, is it a noun phrase? And I think you said yes. So I'm trying to ask how. It's not a noun phrase. Okay. Miriam, it is. So please explain to us. Okay, so what's the verb there now? Hmm. Okay. Ima, the underlying portion, the beautiful young girl, is it a noun phrase? How? He's speaking like a grammarian. Eh? Your point is also valid, but much more his own. All right. So here, let's do the analysis together. What's this definite article? Yes or no? All right. Plus what's beautiful? Adjective. Am I correct? Plus what's young? Adjective. Plus what's lady? That's a noun, Abi. So if I combine this all together, what will I form? A noun phrase. Yes or no? Now, what is attended? A verb. Yes or no? You can go on with this too as well. Okay. This is also a noun phrase. I hope you understand. Okay. What is okay? Let's do that together. Yes, indefinite article, Abi. Plus what? What's the interview? A noun. So indefinite article plus a noun. What would that give me? A noun phrase. Yes or no? So we've been able to analyze the whole sentence. Yes or no? Our major concern is now. What is the function of this noun phrase? The beautiful young lady. What's the major function? Now, just like Miriam had said, the beautiful young lady is occupying the subject position of this sentence, yes or no? All right. Coming before the verb attended, yes or no? Good. So that's the function. So in writing the function, you could say that B, the function is The function is the beautiful young lady is functioning as the subject, okay, as a subject of the verb. What's the verb there? Attended. Then you place in quotation marks. So this is the noun phrase functioning as the subject of this verb, attended. B, that's second example. She won the race. Class, do your analysis. Let's go. Identify the noun phrase from that particular sentence and tell us the function. She won the race. True. That's nice. Let me see now. Let me be sure you're true. But remember that our concentration is as the subject of a verb. Do you still remember? Number one, we're still on number one. As the subject of a verb. No, I'm just telling you. Let's go. Okay. What's the function? State the function below it. State the function below it. Sharon is thinking. Say, what is happening? Yes, so I intentionally structured the sentence that way. If you remember this, remember this. Do you remember? So that a phrase can be a word. Not in all cases that a phrase will be a group of words. Are we good? Once you surrender, let me know so that I can do the correction. Yeah, that me. You don't Abi. So let's go, class. Now, I said that a noun phrase is a group of words in which a noun or a pronoun functions as the head. You understand? Which means in a noun phrase, all right, is that you have the noun or the pronoun functioning as the head. Are we good? In this case, we have two noun phrases, all right? But our major concentration is what? That the noun phrase must function as the subject of a verb. Do you understand? Take a look at this. What's this? Pronoun, right? This pronoun is also a noun phrase, remember? Yes. Hmm? I said it here now. That the noun phrase, yes, can either be a noun itself or a pronoun. So in the case of this particular example, she is a pronoun, quite right, but it's functioning as a noun phrase. Do you understand? And that's why you have one. What is one? A verb in the past tense, Abi. And then what is this? Definite article plus what? Race. What's race? A noun. This is also a noun phrase, but that's not our concentration. Are we good? Because it's functioning as the what? As what? God bless you, object. But our concentration is what? As the subject of a verb. That was what I was trying to point your attention to, if you remember. You understand? So here is the noun phrase itself, she. All right. That's the noun phrase. Why? It's functioning as the subject. Yeah. Yes. Mm. Yeah. So, when you look at sentence will have different functions. Do you understand? Now, we have two sentence types. We have structural sentence type. We have functional sentence type. Has any of you heard about something like that before? Now, structural sentence type is where you have simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence. Do you understand? Why functional sentence type? That is the different function that a sentence can perform is declarative sentence. Have you heard about that? Interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence. Now, according to his question, she won the race is declarative. You can't argue about it. When somebody tells you she won the race, you can't say, no, she did not win. No, it's a lie. It's there already. She won the race. Is declared. So this particular sentence is declarative, according to the function of the sentence. Is declarative. See, a declarative comes like a statement of facts. You can't dispute it. All right. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yes, you're asking about of this noun phrase, Abi. No, a sentence doesn't have grammatic. A sentence will only have two things: structurally and functionally. That's why I mentioned the four functions that a sentence can perform. The first one is declarative. So this is performing a declarative sentence. We have words, we have phrases, we have clauses, we have sentences. Do you understand? Like this is how it builds. For morphing, for morphing, we now build two words. A group of morphemes will give you words. A group of words will give you phrases. All right. A group of phrases will give you what? Clauses. Are you with me, class? A group of clauses will give you what? Sentences. So sentence is the highest grammatical unit. Are we good? But look at the one we're talking about today, phrases. When we're done with phrases, we'll look at clauses. When we're done with clauses, we'll look at sentences. All right. That's the structure that grammar builds up. So when he was asking me the function of the sentence, now the function of this sentence, we have only four functions of a sentence. We have interrogative, that is a sentence that occurs like a question. That's interrogative. We have declarative, which is this, a sentence that occurs like a statement. We have imperative. You can construct a sentence in such a way that it will be giving command, request, advice. Now we have imperative sentence, a sentence that shows shock, like surprise, you know, like happiness, and the rest of them. Those are the different functions of sentences. You understand? No, 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 no. Even in your exam, what will happen is that there will be an underlying portion, yes or no? There will be an underlying portion. I intentionally don't want to underline the portion. It will be easier for you. I'm teaching you from the deep. How? I want you to be the one to find the underlying portion yourself. I don't know if you understand. So I will illustrate the sentence like this and ask you to find the underlying portion. So you will be the one to find the underlying portion, and still you will find the function of that underlying portion. Are we good? So here, from this particular sentence, she won the race. I intentionally gave you this sentence because I know that you will struggle with. Look at, I said a phrase is a word. I was pointing to this. I don't know if many of you remember. I said a phrase is a word. That means not all phrases are a group of words. A phrase can also be one word. You know that I can change this one word to a group of words. I can change that shit to a group of words. I can as well change it to a noun again. Like I can change it from pronoun to a noun. I can say Miriam won the race. That's a noun. Yes or no? I can as well say the lady or the girl won the race. That's a group of words, yes or no? So it now has the ability to take either one word or group of words. Do you understand? And that one word or group of words can only be within a noun and a pronoun. It cannot take any other part of speech. So whatever that will form a noun phrase must be between a noun and a pronoun. It has to be between a noun and a pronoun. Are we good? So now, what is the function of the noun phrase she? You can see that she is occupying what? The subject position, yes or no? So she can be seen as what? As the subject of the verb what? One. I think the body is filled. Let me remove this part. So another example, that's C. All right. The the clean oranges were consumed by him. The clean oranges were consumed by him. All right. Now you find the underlying portion that makes it a noun phrase. All right. Once you've been able to identify that, what's the next thing to do? Find the function of the noun phrase. Yes or no? Let's go. So while you're thinking about that, take another one. A glass of water. A glass of water is enough. Is enough during breakfast. Breakfast. A glass of water is enough during breakfast. Full stop. A glass of water is enough during breakfast. B. These students came late to class this morning. These students came late to class this morning. You have additional three sentences. Seems we're ready. Miriam is ready. Chima is ready. I'm looking for Dami. I think he's doing the last one. And you need to pay attention when we're taking the correction together. Everybody, you need to pay attention very well so that you can use that to improve your learning. Shall we? Are you with us? All right. Now, we've done A and B, and we have C, D, and E. Pay attention. All right. The clean oranges were consumed by him. So what do we have? Definite article, yes or no? All right. Plus clean. What's clean? Adjective describing orange, yes or no? Oranges. So oranges is what? Yes, plural noun, or you can say noun, no problem. So the whole of this together will give you a noun phrase, yes or no? Now, this noun phrase, do you believe is functioning as a subject, Abi? Subject to this verb where? All right. Miriam, what's going on? So what's where? That's a plural verb. Am I correct? So, okay, you can say were consumed. So when you have were consumed, what's that? That's a verb phrase. A combination of two verbs, yes or no? That's a verb phrase. Okay. So it's possible for a noun phrase to um, serve as the subject of a verb phrase, depending on how many verb you have in that sentence. So in this case, now we have two verbs. Here, is, okay? Because enough can function as both adjective or adverb, depending, all right? Here, came late, came, one verb. Only this has two verbs. So how are you writing it? What's the functions? It's functioning as a subject, okay, of the verb phrase. VP, verb phrase. What's the verb phrase? Make sure you place it in quotation marks, even on the day of your exam. Were consumed, were consumed. You place it in quotation marks. Very, very important. All right. The beautiful thing about this is that on the day of your exam, the portion will have been underlined for you. All right. But I'm teaching you on how to identify it yourself. If I underline it for you, it's easier. You know that already this is a noun phrase. You just do the analysis. You understand? But I'm not underlining it. Like this is very easy for me to underline it, but I don't want to underline. I want you to identify it yourself. Find it out. For example, where is the noun phrase in this sentence? A glass of water is enough during breakfast. Where's the noun phrase? A glass of water, correct. Yes, please. When you say it's functional subject of the sentence, you're saying that it's yeah, it's also functional as the subject of the sentence as a whole, like from here downward. Meaning it covers this preposition. Do you understand? It also covers this pronoun. So yeah. So but specifically is relating to this verb phrase were consumed. What were consumed? That's the question. The clean oranges. Do you understand? What were consumed? The clean oranges. That's why it doesn't so much refer to by him. Do you understand? Now you can as well say that this as a whole, look at my hand, this as a whole is functioning as the subject of the entire sentence, is also the subject. Apart from this being the subject, there's no other subject again. For example, this is, look at it, subject, verb, or verb phrase. Abi? And by him is what? Object. Therefore, what do you have? SVO. Abi? You have SVO. Are we good? Now, next one. D. A glass of water is enough during breakfast. All right. So look at this now. A glass of. A glass of. You said? You underline is. No, this is not part of it. Yes. A glass of water. So here, look at a glass of is what is called petitive. All right. Yes. Plus, what's water? Water is what you can say non-count noun. Okay. So when you combine petitive plus a noun or non-count noun, you'll form what? You'll form a noun phrase. Are we good? Now let me explain this further. You know that we have non-count noun. It's just like saying uncountable nouns. Do you understand? It's just in higher non-count noun is just a higher way of saying uncountable nouns. Do you understand? And of course, you know that non-count nouns refers to nouns that are very difficult for you to place letter S at the back. Do you understand? So if you want to show plural or if you want to show singular form of these non-count nouns, what do? Use petitives. Use petitive. Okay. There are a list of non-count nouns. I'm going to write them out for you. Okay, there are a list of them. So if you want to show plural form of them, you use petitives. Use petitives. For example, look at words like information, it's a non-count. Equipment is a non-count. Furniture is a non-count. Software, hardware, cutlery, okay. Behavior, okay. Advice, give me more. Feedback, um, give me more. Yeah, luggage, even baggage, even slang. So there are a list of them like that. They are called non-count nouns. You can't add s to them. All right. If you want to show plural form, you must use petitive. So that's why here we have that a glass of, okay, is petitive plus water is a non-count. All right. By the time you combine the petitive plus the non-count, you form a noun phrase. Now my question is, what is the function of this noun phrase, a glass of water? Is functioning as a subject, yes or no? As a subject of this verb is, singular verb is. All right, that's what we're talking about. On the day of your exam, a glass of water will have been underlined for you. All right, examiner will now ask you, what is the grammatical name of a glass of water? Obviously, you know that's a noun phrase. And then ask you, what is the function? Function is just talking about the position. This underlying portion, a glass of water, according to the position, is standing as a subject of whether the sentence or whether the verb. But most importantly, it goes with the verb. Now look at this. These students came late to class this morning. Okay. Now, what's this? THES. Is in your notebook now. Is in your notebook. Is in your notebook. The one you snapped. Especially Chima is in your own notebook. THESE. Eh? Eh? Plural now. Demonstratives. That's plural demonstrative, right? Plural demonstrative plus what? What students? Plural now, Abby. So when you combine both together, what do you have? A noun phrase, yes or no? Uh-huh. Then you have came late to class. Came is the verb in the past tense form. Okay? That's verb plus ed. That's verb in the past tense form. This is that. So these students is the noun phrase. And its function as what? The subject, yes or no? So class, I've given you about 5 examples. I think that should be That should be enough for you to understand how a noun phrase will function as subject of a verb. Are we good? We're good, Abby. So let's take object of a verb then. That's number two. This is number one. Remember, and we're done with that. And please write the non-count nouns too. They don't go and say luggages or baggages. You're knowing it now. And don't say slangs. So the beautiful thing is on the day of your exam, the portion will be underlined. And once I'm done with the explanation, anywhere you see a noun phrase, you should know. It will be easier for you to identify noun phrases anywhere you see them. So the non-count nouns, you can write them so that you remember. If you hear anybody say informations, you arrest the person. If you hear somebody say equipments, you arrest the person. If somebody say furnitures, you arrest the person. And there are some nouns that will have zero pluralization. I hope you know. Huh? Zero pluralization. You don't pluralize them. The singular remains the same as the plural. No, for information, you can say a piece of information. You can say pieces of information. Understand? Words like fish. All right. Words like sheep. Words like salmon. Words like dolphin. Dolphin. So the singular form and the plural form they remain the same. The singular form of fish is fish. The plural form is also fish. If you say fishes, you know what you mean? You're thinking about different varieties of fishes. The different varieties. For example, mackerel. Do you understand? And which other one? Dolphin. Dolphin, the singular and the plural form too, the same. It's also a fish too, like a different classification of fish. Dolphin, salmon, different classification. You have like mackerel, you have like Titus. So there are some that have zero pluralization. This ones have zero pluralization. So are we good? Now let's look at number two. You can write it as object of a verb. 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 Did I remove this part too? You're done, right? Okay. So as object of a verb, that's what we're moving to. That's number two. So number two here, you have as objects of a verb. What does that mean? It means that the noun phrase will function as the object of the verb. Okay. So here you have the noun phrase. The noun phrase will function as the what? As the object of the verb. So according to position, what happens? It means that the noun phrase will come immediately after the verb, yes or no? So that means the noun phrase will occur immediately after the verb. Is that okay? That's according to position. To occur immediately after the verb. All right. So let's have example. Let's look at examples in sentences. So you have bought she bought a new car. She bought a new car today. Full stop. She bought a new car today. She bought a new car today. All right. Who can make a trial? Who can make a trial? She bought a new car today. Who can make a trial? Think, 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 think. She bought a new car today. A new car. New car. What of the A? You want to throw it away? A can never be a verb now. Huh? Okay, you're going with a new car today. Look at that today. Is that not an adverb? Today is an adverb. It's an adverb of time. A new car. Correct. So now let's go. So here, what happens? What's A? Indefinite article, right? What's new? Adjective, adj. What's car? That's a noun. If I combine this, what will I form? A noun phrase, right? Now look at this. She is the subject. Bought is what? The verb in the past tense from yes or no. All right. A new car is what? Is the object, yes or no? Or you can say direct objects. And then what's today? That's what? Adverb of what? Time. So what's the structure of this sentence? You have SVOA, Abby. All right. So learn how to analyze all the words in a sentence. All the words in a sentence. So what is the grammatical name of this underlying expression? A new car. We know, see, we've identified it as a noun phrase already. But what's the function of this underlying portion? A new car. No, we've gotten the grammatical name. The grammatical name of this underlying portion is a noun phrase. And the question is, what is its function? The function of a new car. Yes, now, object of a verb, what? Both, correct. So that means, look at F for function. So a new car is functioning as what? As object of a verb. What's the verb? But. Yes. No. You can say, because it's possible for you to have, the reason why we use a, it's possible for you to have more than one verb. Object, you said the of. No, now, if you remove it, it not makes, you only have as object a verb. No, 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 object of a verb. You understand? Two will not be grammatically correct. It will be preposition of on, sorry, preposition to rather, will not be grammatically sound to use it. So I've given this. Let me give you another example to try. Okay. Um, B, let me make here B. We have I got him a cake. Ima, you're not part of also. There's something wrong somewhere there. What's that? I intentionally placed two objects there. Yeah? I got him a cake. Let's go. In your exam, the examiner could underline any particular object and ask you, is it a direct object? Is it an indirect object? Because there are two types of objects. There's direct objects and then there's indirect objects. See, now you have to concentrate. So you need to concentrate. So let's go. Don't worry, just try it, eh? Just try it. Even if you didn't get it, at least you'll see the correction. So I've given up. So what's your answer, Chima? Let's start with you. A cake. What's a cake? Tell us what you mean by a cake. Miriam, what's your answer? You didn't tell us what's the grammatical name, what's the function? Okay. Yes, Miriam. Tell me, tell us. All right. So class, pay attention. All right. So here we have this is the subject, right? And got is a verb plus ed. That's the verb in the past tense form. Him is objects. Okay. Why a cake is also an object, right? So that means the structure of this sentence is what? SVOO. Am I correct? Now, pay attention. We're looking at this. This is a noun phrase. Do you agree with me? Okay. Then next one. Indefinite article plus a noun. That's also a noun phrase. Yes or no? Now, this being the subject and the verb, this is what? Indirect object. Okay. Why this is what? Direct objects. All right. So indirect object answers the question to whom? Okay. Why direct object answers the question what in reference to the verb. So pay attention. A direct object, a direct object, okay, answers the question what in reference to the verb. Okay. Look at it. I got what? I got a cake, right? That's what I got. That's what makes it a direct object. To whom did I get a cake? To him. All right. That's to this particular person. Now, another thing again, a direct object takes the direct action of the verb. Direct action of the verb. A direct object takes the direct action of the verb. Okay? Pay attention to this. So, indirect object answers the question, answers the question to whom or for whom. Answers the question to whom or for whom in reference to the verb. In reference to the verb. Okay? Indirect object doesn't take the direct action of the verb. So indirect object doesn't take the direct action of the verb. Are we good? It doesn't take the direct action of the verb. For example, between these two objects, okay, which one did God refer to most? Is the cake. That's what we call it the direct object. Do you understand? So that's why direct object is more of non-living things. At least 80% of non-living things. Why indirect object is 80% of living things or human. So you can add that as a distinction. So in case in exam, the examiner only underlined a cake and asked you to identify it, what would you say? Yes, you're able to specify the actual because there you will see direct objects, you see indirect objects, you see other ones. So let's have another one here. So you have the young man attended a party. This is A, B, C. The young man attended a party. Let's go. First question, the grammatical name, GN. Second question, the function. Read on it. We're ready. We're ready. Let me even allow somebody to solve one. Yeah. No, no, it's something we've been doing over and over and over. Okay, I should give her the camera. No, it doesn't matter now. Mhm. So let's go. So here we have what? What's this? Indefinite article plus what? Party. What's party? A noun. So that'll give us a noun phrase. Function as what? Object. Okay. Now what's attended? That's verb plus ed, the past tense form, right? Then definite article plus what? Young. What's that? Adjective plus man. What's man? That's a noun. This will also form a noun phrase. This is function as subject, and this function as what? Verb. So SVO, that's the structure. SVO, that's the structure. All right. I hope yours is also like this. Yeah, I'm not sure. Grammatical name of this. Huh? Yes. To find this grammatical name, you have to go through this process. There's only that. You need to be very ground. You need to be very, very sound. Mm. When people see you solve this way, like you analyze grammar this way, they will enjoy it. That not. Chima, they will like it. Now, next thing, what is the function of this underlying portion? A party. Its function as what? So here you come as object of a verb. Okay? And what's that? Attended. Attended. Okay. I think this should be clear. You want one more example? Wait a bit. What's the time? 6 o'clock. Okay. I want to move to literature in the next 30 minutes. But before then, let me give you an assignment to do. Okay, I've taught as subject of the verb and as object of the verb. So let me give you an assignment on both of them. All right. So provide two sentences each. All right. Provide two sentences each for for subject of a verb and object of a verb. Provide two sentences each for what? Subject of a verb and what? Object of a verb. You understand what I mean by that? So that means two sentences for subject of a verb and then two sentences for object of a verb. Don't forget, don't forget. Any question for me? Then our next class will continue with subject complement, object complement, and the rest of them. At least the most important thing is for you to understand the concept very well. Okay? Any question for me? No question. All right, so I'll see you in the next class. All right. Let me teach literature for the next 30 minutes.